and we're from HMO Property.
And Hinkley Homes.
And we're here today in Somerset to have a look around one of the houses we've recently purchased.
Yeah, so this is currently a 4-bed old Victorian property. We love these, a lot of space. And we're converting it to a 6-bed all ensuite HMO. So we're 3 weeks into the project and we'll show you where we're at right now.
Come and have a look around.
So welcome in, guys. This is the property. Immediately the first thing you might spot is, boom, these old Victorian tiles, which we love, plenty of character and just a real nice touch. However, they have been covered up by the previous owner. So one thing we'll definitely be doing is re-exposing them. Also, due to the age of the property, there was no gas central heating system in this property, just old bricked up storage heaters, which are heavy as hell to remove. So one big thing that we're doing in this property is adding and installing a full, complete central heating system.
Welcome to bedroom number 1. So this used to be a family sitting room and we're converting it into an ensuite bedroom. One thing we are going to move is the gas and electricity meter. It's a little bit spenny, but we just feel like it's a little bit messy here and we want it to be a nice final touch. Another thing about this room, we've got some tiles again we've exposed and a nice open fireplace we can have a play with and make look nice and creative. Unsure if we're going to keep the tiles yet. And we've obviously got and added our lovely big ensuite shower.
Welcome to bedroom number 2. Again, in this particular room previously was a reception room and we're making use of it by converting it to a bedroom. This room was a through passage to the communal space and kitchen through there, which we're boarding up because we don't like having a bedroom with a through passage into a communal space. For us, it doesn't really sit right. And we're putting the 45 ensuites again into the corner and we've exposed some more beautiful old Victorian tiles in this room too.
Welcome to the kitchen diner. So this is our nice living open space. The reason we've kept this and the reason why we love this property so much is because it's really important if we're going to be doing things like converting this room into an extra bedroom that we have that communal space for our tenants. So as you can see, this is the other side of the door that we saw the other side that we boarded up. And if you come through here, you'll walk into our nice open kitchen. So nice, decent space, again, for everybody to enjoy, cook and get their meals on. So because our property is going through a full rewire and we're having a new central heating system installed, we're obviously having to be really planning now where we want those sockets to be, where we want the radiators to be. And we have to be really mindful of the end user when we're doing this, thinking about when the tenants are in here living, how they want that space, how they'd use it. Which sounds really simple, doesn't it? But it's just thinking about where you're going to maybe plug the phone in or your TV's going to go at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing we really need to be mindful of is how tenants are going to live in the kitchen, and therefore the fridge, freezer space, the dishwasher, the washing machine, all those need to be thought of and put in place now so we can design, plan and build around it.
But it doesn't need loads of work, does it? Nice little space in here.
Yeah, the kitchen itself is fairly good to go, just some weird sockets and yeah, like I said, we need to get the amenities in here.
Ed's going to look me on the tiles.
So, as we keep alluding to, we are adding a full gas central heating system, and with that we require a big cylinder to hold lots of water. Now, obviously we need to pre-plan where that cylinder is going to be. In this instance, we're putting it out here in the old cloakroom, which is just a weird little toilet outside, which no one's going to use, it's going to be freezing. So getting rid of that, possibly insulating for thermal benefits, and then putting a big cylinder and the boiler in here. Now, whilst we're out here as well, you'll see that this has been tarmacked and it slopes down into the property, which is a real big problem for us because the water is traversing straight into the corner, into the brick course, and therefore we may soon have rising damp. So we'll be sorting this, putting eco drains in, and also running these soil stacks out to the existing drain over there.
So, bedroom number 3. This used to be their family bathroom, and then we've got a small bedroom just back here. So what we are going to do is we're going to put a door right at the end here, and this is going to become an ensuite to bedroom number 3. So this room here used to look like this. As you can see, it had the built-in storage and the built-in wardrobe, which made it give a really boxed feel. So once we stripped those back, we automatically felt like we had a bigger room, and then we're obviously adding on the bathroom.
Bedroom 4, guys, pretty much the same replicated throughout right now. the 45-degree corner ensuite in the corner. And just so you guys know, the reason we do that is because if we have to like a harsh 90-degree corner in the bedroom, I don't think it's very visually pleasing and nice to be around. So we try and square these off with a 45-degree corner, just so they look more nicer and sit nicer in the corner. Yeah, and then here you'll see where we're bringing the new soil pipe straight through, we'll core through out and down and into the existing soil stack.
Bedroom 5, and this is a big one. So much room for activity. So to go against what Ed just said, with this bathroom we've decided to square this off. And that's because, again, we're thinking of the end user and putting a kind of media wall and TV screen there. Before we even start work on any of these rooms, one of the first things we do when we come in is visualise where we want it. So we already know where we want our beds, where we want our wardrobes, and how the living space is going to look.
One thing that's really important for us and anyone looking to add en-suites and bathrooms within the property is how you're going to run your soil and waste and feeds through the house. Now, examples like this are where we're going to be able to box it in and get our waste and soil stack from the top floor down through this one, pick up all the toilets and bathrooms on this floor, and then out to the ground floor. An existing soil stack is really efficient and effective use. You can really costs start to add up when you start being really destructive. So you want to be as least destructive and disruptive as possible. Efficiency. Room 6, the executive suite on the top floor. What I really like about this room is we've got a little reading quarter. And the reason we're elevating that is to hide the soil stacks that I was alluding to previously, because they're not nice to be on show and on site, right? So we lose that with a nice step up and reading quarter here. And I also like how visually pleasing this ensuite is, how we just boarded and boxed off this section of the room and we get a nice big ensuite into there.
So that's one of our current little property tours. If you want to find out more and you want to follow our journey, please give us a like and a follow at EdJ Property.
Yeah, I guess this is going to be one of our first YouTube videos. So like, share and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Support is free. And yeah, that was week 3 update of one of our bigger projects.
More coming. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Loads coming.